Morning. This really is me just getting up. But after making sure that my teeth are in and aren't gonna fall out, here's the most painful part of my morning, and I do this every morning. I whimper like a baby. This is ice cold, but it makes all the difference. Oh my God, it's cold. But it tightens things up. Not a lot. I don't dry my face ever because I'm going to go put lotion on it. Basic. I don't use expensive stuff whenever possible, but really, Pond's. It's cold cream makeup remover. Still haven't dried my face, so it's damp. This is just daily moisturizing, and it's a good bit here. Now, I live in the Northeast, so it gets very dry in the winter, which, luckily for me, I always had oily skin, so it's still not horribly dry, but I can feel the tightness. When I was younger, I didn't think oily skin was a gift. So, let this soak in, and then we'll be back to play makeup. Before we do makeup, I've got to pause this. I have a migraine coming on, and it's the weather. So let me see if I got to get the humidifier going and get in something for the headache. I have been doing makeup since I was like 15 years old. Makeup, and I wear makeup every day of my life. I simply cannot get used to not wearing it. One of the things I want you to see is get a good look at my face without makeup. The wrinkles are there. Look at, I mean, I'm full of wrinkles. They don't bother me. I have very deep set eyes. Now, they came with me, so, you know, there's nothing I can do about them. But they don't hang down much. I don't have a lot of lids that hang. If I did, I would get those eyelid lift things. I got them from some people I know, and they work really well. So the other thing I would do is check with your eye doctor, because I do have people in my life too who, when they went to the doctor, found out their peripheral vision was way off and ended up having this just lifted. Not any kind of lift for cosmetic purposes, covered by insurance, just because they couldn't see well. Anyway, I do put a little bit of, it is a primer. I knew that word, primer. So we use the Pond's to get any residue makeup off. Cheap. Angel Veil primer is not super expensive. I like it. It's not oily, but it feels very soft. And again, everything I do with makeup is not necessarily less is more, but I don't want to spend an hour doing this. You know, everything takes so long to do as you get older, and I do either a powder, which when you get older, you're not supposed to want to do a powder, but I don't have a problem with that. Or I use, this is new. This is the thing that you take that test and they send it to you, and if it matches, you keep it. If it doesn't, they send you a different one. First time out, it hit exactly, and I did not think so. So we'll do this today. I'll probably throw a little of this just so you can see the difference. Other thing, I have, because I'm older and I've always had the eyes that kind of turn down here, what I have found in the last only 6 months, I think, is I put a whole lot of brightening or what do you call it, concealer right here, and it kind of lifts it up. Now, not up here, because that's where my bone protrudes. So what you're looking at when you're doing makeup is anything that you want to not show as much, you put a darker on. Anything you want to see more, you put a lighter on. So in my case, I need to get some of this to go away. So I have very hooded eyes. So my darkness on me is going to come way up here, and my light is going to be here to bring it out. Now, this only works for me. You have to find out what works for you. And the way to do that is get very honest with your face. All right, I'm looking at my face. Where do I have things that I want to hide? If I want to hide something, it needs darkness. Now, if you have eyes that are all lid, you want your lid to go away, that should be darker. Now, I'm not talking black and white. That's, yeah, no, let's not go goth. A little too old for goth. But these makeup tips are for every single person of all ages. We don't need to make makeup a 45-minute job. And if my makeup took 45 minutes, it would not happen. But I'm vain, I want makeup, and I've learned to do it fast. This is going to take a lot longer because I talk too much. But in this case, I need this to lift up, okay? So I have used, since I love makeup, excuse my language, but I'm a makeup whore, always have been. I am going to put a lot of white right here. Now, because I'm old, it's going to all go into the crevices, and I'll have Thomas's makeup, Thomas's English muffins, on my nooks and crannies. But I'm not going to blend this in for a minute so you can just see. Can you see? And I'm going up like this because I want to take your eye to go up here. Not, there you go, not to here. I don't want you looking at this, but all of this. Now, I don't know if you can see it. I think you can because I haven't blended it. But that just changed everything. It brought everything right up. And that's what we're trying to do. Bring everything right up. I wish I could do that with my other body parts. All right, now, I am very tactile. I have to use fingers. You can use a sponge. It just doesn't matter. All right, I am not going to try to blend this away because that takes care of everything. I'm going to use a sponge. But, as with everything else, I wet the sponge with water. You know, one of the things I always laughed about is in my hair cutting days, you would go to a hair show and they would use, you know, and they'd get up on stage and they would use the magic cutting spray, and it was water in a bottle. Use water. It's a squirt bottle. Do you need to run it? Oh, no, don't waste it. I don't have the money to waste things. All right, but I am going to. Now, I don't know. Can you see the match of that? This is ridiculous. This is a buildable. Here's the other thing. I don't want to look like I wear a ton of makeup. My goal is when people see me, go, she looks good for an old lady. All right, that would be fine with me. That's one squirt of makeup. Now, I think that gives me enough coverage. If I want more, I will go in and do a little more. Now, we're going to highlight the things or lighten the things we want to show. We're going to darken the things we don't want to. Couple of things. My nose is huge. I own it. I have no choice. Right there. Well loved, well used. It's a cream. Put it in my fingers. I just gave you the finger, sorry. All right. And right here, where I've got my prominent bump, and then straight down into here. I don't even know if you can see what that did, but I can. So I do this, and I put under here because, again, I have this huge nose. I do go back a dozen times and add more white because as it sets, I can see that it's not showing, and I don't want to look like I've got, you know, white stripes and like tan lines, but that dissipates. Next thing. If you have eyebrows, you're bloody lucky. I never had a whole lot of eyebrow, and I've had to draw them on for years. Now, here's the good news about drawing them on. If I actually still had a lot of eyebrows, I have one or two stray hairs way down here where they would come, and all that would do is make me do this. So, put them where you want them. You know, eyebrows start corner of the nose. All right. Top of them should be right over the iris. So it's right here. I want to one right there. I want one right there. And if you're lucky, you make them kind of even. And then the corner of the eye. Now, really, they belong way down here. Right, not happening. That would make me look terrible. So it's coming way up here. Corner of the eye. And it's going way up here. That one should be a little higher. I'm looking at the other one. I have two options. Today I'm going to use the taupe because I put the lines on with it. I have changed over to a gray because of my gray hair now. But taupe is fine. So, but putting it on with the wrong side of the pencil probably won't work. So, sorry I'm looking down, but I'm just making little lines. But look, I'm just trying to make them semi-even and make it look like they actually are mine. So where they're too much on the outside edge, that's okay. I brush it. That's going to make it look more like real eyebrows. My bangs go over anyway, but that's fine with me. All right, 2 minutes, and I'll look and see like, okay, patch right there. All right, but your eyebrows, do your eyebrows. That's probably one of the most important things I can tell you. Do your eyebrows. They frame your eyes. They make you look more alive. Do your eyebrows. While I've got this, look at my mouth. I have a tiny mouth. I have a tiny big mouth. All right. Going down. I take my taupe. I don't do a lip liner. Taupe disappears like a shadow, and I want it to just look more. So, I think you can see how silly that looks. Can you? Can you? Can you? Can you? But it won't when I have lipstick on it. And that little bit of a shadow gives me the illusion of a little more lip. And I don't look quite as sad, like I'm frowning. The way you're supposed to do your makeup is do your foundation. Because I need my eyebrows on, do those next. While I've got this out, I line my lips. I'm all over the place. This usually takes me to do my makeup and to comb up my hair 15 minutes, maybe 20 when I get really anal. Eyes. I'm going to put brown today. Maybe that way you'll be able to see it a little more. Or maybe gray. Maybe gray because I'm wearing a gray shirt. Now, that being said, you put on what you want. It should not be so obvious that, oh, she's got blue, oh, she's got green, oh, she's got gray, unless you're trying to make that statement, which I'm not. I'm trying to enhance what I want to enhance, detract what I want to detract, which would mean putting myself in a vat, so most of it could be detracted. Alrighty. I want it to stay on all day. I use a little bit of eye primer. Again, I'm talking about it like it's a big deal. Eye primer, face primer. You saw me. You put it on 2 seconds. This is 2 seconds. This is, I don't know what this is. I remember the old days when you could see? Not really. I started wearing glasses to see when I was 15. MAC Prep and Prime. I like it. Not expensive. All right. And I just put, look. There you go. Just a couple of little dabs. Where's my makeup going to be? Most of it is going to be right here. So I bring it down to here, but also do not have 45 different brushes for 45 different things. I'm not trying to sell you makeup. I'm trying to tell you how to enhance yourself. I use this little brush for everything. It doesn't even get washed all that often. Horrors. Okay. So what am I trying to accomplish here? That's all you're asking. What are you trying to accomplish? I want to make some parts recede, right? And some parts show up. This is all going to recede. Can you see how? All right, so we're going to take a light gray. And because I want it to recede from up here, I'm actually going to build it down. But you're going to do whatever you want. I don't want it coming down here. That will make all of this darker. I want it coming straight up here. Do you want to do that? How the hell do I know? You would want to do what's right for your eyes. All right, so I am gonna, there, because that's where I want the depth. That's where I want it to disappear the most. Now, if you are trying to make this stand out, light, you use a light color. And because I have such a prominent brow bone, or a bone there, I have to bring this dark way up here. Because if I don't, all it looks like is that I have more dark right here, and then this shines even more, which is really counterproductive to what I'm trying to do. For 2 seconds, I can't do that. I just want to make sure there are no hard edges, and I want to make sure it's not out here. That's all I care about. If I'm in doubt, I don't, you take your finger. Where you don't want it, put your finger. That way you can be sure it doesn't go there. It's not brain surgery, folks. All right, that's one color. That's it. If I feel like I'm going to, stop. I don't want anything here. I don't want to make them more closed in. My eyes are not that far apart. So if I put darker here, it's going to close it in, make them seem closer. If you have super far apart eyes, God bless you, that's wonderful. You can do that, bring the dark in. If they're close together, you don't want to do that because it draws them in. You don't want to put so much highlighter, eyes right there, because that will also make it a focal point. Just make it a shade or two lighter. Give yourself some, space it out a little. Now, I'm going to make my eyelids lighter just so you can see if that changes anything, because this did bring it back a little. I could go darker, and I might just to show you, but let's go lighter. I'm going to use some pink. Why? Because you'll be able to see it maybe. All right, pink. What that does is makes a little bit of the eyelid show up. Here's another thing. You don't ever line under here. Nobody looks good that way. It closes your eyes off. You can put a little bit of shadow if you want, right around the edges. Now, I couldn't do that because if I put shadow here, it's going to bring everything down. I could put shadow bringing it up here. But again, you put your shadow where you want it. And that is your trial and error. Sorry, but if you were sitting in front of me, I could tell you. But if you do an honest look in your mirror, what is drooping, counteract it. What is you want to pop, light. What you want to recede, dark. Makeup is just illusion. All right, if you want to see what it would look like if I went darker, and just tap it in here. And you see what that did? One eye versus the other. Just that little bit. Don't go crazy. There's no reason for it. Okay, right here, because that's where we want to not have that big shelf showing. If I've done all this work and I don't like it for some reason, I put a little bit of a lighter, just kind of skin toned, so I could just put a wash. You can't even see that, but it just brings it down a little bit. If you want to put anything under your eyes, it should be a soft powder. Let me do that so you see. I don't normally do this. I'm going to use that same very soft gray and just go here. Now, if I go to the corners, I'm going to bring it up, not out, because I want to lift. If I brought it out, it's just going to make it tired looking. All right, up. Now, as you're doing your makeup, you might think it's not doing anything. That's okay. It is. When you're not 21, eyeliner is a problem. If you do those wing eyes, you look like an old lady. My opinion, you look like an old lady trying to be 21. There are ways around that. What do I want to accomplish with my eyes? Again, my eyes turn down a little. I want them to go up. If I'm going to use my eyeliner to do that, I'm going to take it right at the corner of my eye and just go up. Can you see the difference? Because I can. There's a couple ways to do this. And again, it should look so subtle. Well, I love eyeliner. Love, love, love eyeliner. It's not for me. I have dark eyes, deep set eyes. If I put eyeliner on what I just tried to make come out, it just goes away again. However, I do want to have something around my lash line so it pops a little. It's not that big of a deal. You're going to think it is. Tight line. But just right into the lashes. I'm just putting a little bit. And it's going into the lash line so that the lashes are getting, for lack of a better word, up. Can you see that? Just go on the lashes. And it's not as scary as it looks, especially if you're holding your eyeball up. And this is Jane Iredale, I think. It's the only one I've ever found that's very creamy, so it goes on and you're not pulling on your skin. Whatever. I like this one. I want my eyes to go up. I can take a eyeline pencil, liquid, and find my lash lines, my last eyelashes, and mimic them on my lid. Again, I do this because I have a lot of recession. This makes me look like my eyelashes are thicker and that they're going up. In case you haven't seen yet, everything's going up. If you want to do something to make your eyes more awake, this is a flesh-colored. Don't do white. White just makes it show up too much. But I'm doing right on the bottom of my eyes, inside. Again, I have to pull on it because I've got sensitive eyes. Can you see what that did? All right, so if you notice, my eyes, I truly feel it look completely different than when I started. Everything is going up. I look like I gave myself a little mini eyelid lift. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Curl them. It's not a biggie. If you don't use an eyelash curler, when you put your mascara on, just kind of push them up so that you're giving them a little help. I find mascara to be very, very hard to find a good one. I am going to now do this, and I'm going to get it all over my lids. There's no doubt about it. Don't panic. Don't touch it. Don't make a mess, because you'll end up redoing. This is a pain in the ass. That's what this is. This is, do not do the push, push, push thing. All you're doing is putting air in it, but I do kind of wash it around. This makes all the difference in the world. When you put your mascara on, you know how we just were taught to do this? Don't. Go right into your eyeball, as close as you can go without stabbing yourself, and turn it as you do it. Turn it, and if you can wiggle it, even better. But, all right, look at the eyes. All right. Look how sparse those eyelashes are and how short. Watch. I'm really, really pushing. I think I need more mascara. This is getting not so nice. All right, and I'm just doing it. You know, some people say let it dry in between. Yeah, if I had that kind of patience, it'd be a wonderful day. All right, I want you to see, I have mascara everywhere, all here, all there, but look at the difference in lashes. That's major. And what I'm showing you is that mascara that I've got everywhere, don't touch it. Spin it. Things in. Normally what you're going to want to do is, get your foundation on. What you want to show up most is what you should do first. Because if I'm going to do my eyes first, it's going to mean I'm going to put a lot of emphasis on them and they're going to stand out. if I do my blush first, this is going to be what stands out. And when you've got the blush on, you don't feel like you need as much on your eyes. So whatever you want to be your focus point, put it on first. I'm saying all that with, really doesn't matter. You want to make your eyes look more alive? Make them look more alive. Do the rest afterwards. I'm going to put on the first layer of lipstick, because I can, because I'm here. I'm going to take the Milano that I told you, Milani, that's a pressed powder, okay? Put a little bit on. It's not a lot. And I'll just do a little bit here so you can see. I don't know if you can see. I can do that without putting anything on for foundation, because this is a foundation. It's a little more matte looking. And I do that often instead of bothering with this. These are interchangeable. Find the one that works for you. Powder as we get older shows, but this is a pressed powder and it does not show. And this is a really, really good matching foundation. They should match. Match your skin. Don't be something you're not. Bronze Goddess. See, there you go. It's Estee Lauder. I got it years ago and I liked it. So, as you can tell, I just take a little bit. Okay. And then I make it into like a squishy thing rather than get another brush. And it's where if you can feel like the back of your teeth right there. So on everybody it's different. And again, I need to come up. Everything comes up to lift me. If you need to come here because you need to look at what you want to do with your face. I want to do this. So hollow and up. Hollow and up. That's all, folks. This double chin is gonna just disappear. Not really. Not really. 2 seconds. Now, the last thing I do is a blush. Blush has got to be cream in my mind because it does settle, and I don't like having that old lady blush. This is the color that was supposed to be so good for me, and it is. It just up. All right, up. And I'm not going, when I was doing makeup years ago, I was coming way over here and coming up, but no, it's just over here. Okay? Look at me. I'm so pretty. That's awful. All right. Remember how I told you not to worry about all of this? Because this is disgusting. But if you let it dry completely, you take a Q-tip and it just flicks off. I mean, it's so hard not to fight with it, but don't fight with it. All right, I think I've got eyebrows. This is how I have to do it every morning. I got eyebrows, I got eyes, I got eyelashes. My eyelashes are done. I've got this, I did that. The thing that sets this whole thing for me, and this I will say, I love. There's probably a million different ones, but this is ILIA, don't know how you say it, and it is a blue light filter mist. I don't know why they say all that. I don't know why it won't spray where I want it. All right, I spray a lot, but for me, this just makes me have a little glow. Makeup is done. To show what you want to go away, you make darker. What you want to come up, you make lighter. We went deeper here because I need this to go away. If you don't have deep set eyes, you don't put the dark here. You might put light here if you want that to come out. All right? I want this to go away, a little bit of depth. I want this to be very white. Check it for my Thomas's English muffins, and I don't have any, there's nothing filled in. No, here. You cannot try to get rid of your wrinkles. It's not going to happen. And you know what? I've come to the point we should own them. We really should own them. Now, all this talking, do we need to do any more mascara? I could put more mascara on right now. I'm not going to bother because really, I don't think I'm going anywhere today. I might go to the post office. That's about it, folks. Pull out these guys. You know how I just shake it all out? It seems to be what works the very best for me. My hair has not been shampooed for 2 days. When you shampoo your hair the first day, it will never do what you want. You know that. So you're going to have to work harder. If you can force yourself to start going 2, 3, 4 days even, believe me, I shower, but I've got a good shower cap, and not do your hair just like I did and use the curling iron for 2 seconds and put the rollers in. Life gets much easier every single day. All right, folks, I love this. Boy, what an ego, huh? What an ego I have. If I can look in the mirror and think, you know what, I'm not afraid to go out for the day, that's all that matters to me. Will I ever stop wearing makeup? I doubt it. I am too many years in. However, all you want to do when you do makeup is feel better about yourself. If makeup's not making you feel better about how you look or giving you more confidence, don't wear it. If this took me more than 15 minutes, it would not be happening. So I hope you got some tips out of it. If you want to ask questions just for your problem or your concern, ask. If I don't have an answer, I'll tell you, or I'll try to find one out. But I hope you enjoyed it. My migraine is getting worse by the second. I'm starting to just kind of stare. Maybe it's the light, but when I said I was going to go take a migraine tablet, I did check the humidity, which is fine. It's 53% humidity in here, but the temperature was 51, so it might have needed a shot of heat, which is why you always see me in the sweatshirts. But I'm all set for the day. I might have to go out now, huh? You guys have a great day. You have anything you want me to do, tell me. Be careful with that. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.